sure I've made it live, I suppose. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live.
Okay.
Wait and see if anyone pops in, if anyone's around. We're making coffee. It's going to be a tough morning.
It sure is.
It hasn't stopped raining.
Since last night.
Since last night we just basically had rain, and we're finding it. We're good. We're happy. We're chipper. So we're not calling it off.
We're not getting in a car with the motor's our motor.
Where's the teaspoon?
Where's the teaspoon? Over there, I think, just under there.
Teaspoon.
In that cupboard.
In that cupboard.
Or that drawer.
So you join us this morning inside the tent. That's why it looks all a little bit discoloured. We've got the red glow off of the part of the lining and the green, and I think all the colours will be a little bit strange this morning. But good morning.
Good morning. It's a bit warmer in here. It's not too bad, it's just wet.
No, we've got layers on. We're all layered up.
Danny Clark says hi, Michelle and Steve. Hope you're both well.
Good morning, Danny.
Good.
Good morning, my friend. We're well. We're just finding this morning we've got a new problem of really, although actually since I set up the live stream and did the thumbnail for you and what have you, the rain just stopped a little bit. But we were trying to work out how are we going to pack up this morning if it's forecast to rain all morning. And we just got to soldier on, really. We've just got to, you know, get on with it. We'll probably have to put our ponchos on eventually and go out and try and dry the outside of the tent with one of our little towels. Just getting my coffee. The coffees, we're keeping our coffee, buying it in jars and then putting it into little Ziploc bags.
So that makes it a little bit less heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes the jars are heavy. I'm just making, I've got a brew going on out here. I won't show you. Do you want to have a look? Just have a little look. Who's in? Is it many people?
Not many people. I'm going to share it. See if I can share it out.
Okay. We'll wait until a few of you come in. I'll give you a little look outside. But throw some questions up. Michelle will be reading them. Now this is my dreaded thing, powdered milk. We haven't got a lot left, but you've got to be careful with powdered milk because milk is a type of sugar. As many of you know anyway. It's so it's sticky, and if you get the powdered milk on to anything, everything gets sticky all day long. So who is in? Quiet this morning.
It is quiet this morning. Maybe it's early.
Maybe everybody else is hiding from the rain.
Maybe.
So we can go.
Sue John says, morning you two.
Good morning, Sue John.
And Danny Clark says, I'm waiting to hear the report you found Nessie. Oh, we wish.
Do you know what? Danny, was that?
Yeah.
We've walked virtually the whole length of Loch Ness and we haven't seen it. Not Nessie.
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness. this they call it the Great Glen Way. To be honest, it's not that great. It's just up in the hills above the loch.
Very high above.
You can see the loch down there, sort of like
between the trees occasionally, can't we?
Thousands of meters below you, thousands of feet below you.
Oh, Daniel Bogues caught you live. Hi, Daniel.
Danny, good morning, fella. So yeah, you can see the loch way down in the distance, but we've not actually been within sort of maybe a 1,000 feet of it. It's like I wanted to walk along the edge of the loch, but the only thing that runs along the edge of a loch is a main road, as far as I can see.
And even that's not got trees, I think, the other side of it.
So it's so we haven't. We are update. We are about a few kilometres from a town called Invermoritson.
Yeah.
Moritson, I think is Moritson.
I think it's a very big town.
We could have walked into it last night, but we thought, well, we found a spot to camp. And we stopped here, but we saw the forecast this morning all day today was supposed to be rain, and I said to Michelle, "Oh gosh, more rain."
So Sue John says, not raining in Windsor, meant to be getting hot as in 30. We will see. Well, that will be, well, no, that'll probably be a bit hot.
Well, have a look. Have a
See
look.
a bit of sun.
Here's our view. Whoops, turn the camera around. There's my little Billy boiling the water for our morning coffee. This beautiful woodland, and above us, soaking wet tent. So the tent is wet. Let me just turn that back round to my jolly face. You're not going to see much today. Just a short little chat. Go on.
Neurodrift says, hey Stephen and Michelle, are you tracking how far you've walked? I wish you both the best.
Yes, we haven't added it up, but we're close to 200 miles. So we're, if you want to follow us, we're just near. You can't really track the distance because Google Maps will only tell you the road distances, and I don't think that's maybe more than about 150 miles, or I don't know, to be honest. I haven't got a clue. But I think we've probably topped over our 200 miles at the moment. Well, yeah.
We didn't check.
We didn't add it up because we're really low on power, and even doing this live stream is a bit tricky because we're so low on power. We've had no sun for 2 days, and
this will be the third day, won't it?
This is the third day. So our solar panel, which works really well, does not work when the sun is behind about 15 layers of clouds.
Neurodrift says, what a gorgeous view.
It is.
Oh, sorry, what a gorgeous campsite.
Yeah, it is. It's a great spot. If only it had showers and bathrooms, a nice warm little spot for us to go and sit down in.
That would be cool.
Whoops,
right.
I've got to be careful.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
bit
spill.
lopsided.
My cups is on a crook.
Can't move too much now.
We walked yesterday, and it rained and it rained and it rained, and I had a little laugh. I said there must be about, I think the Scottish have more names for rain than, is this politically incorrect? Oh gosh. There's an old saying, Eskimos have so many different names for snow, you know, whereas we just have one. Or even many different names for the colours of white as well. I think the Scots must have about 1,000 different names for different types of rain, because we've had almost every single version. Yum yum. First morning coffee.
Is that mine?
No, it's too hot.
I know, but I can hold it. I can hold
drink it.
I know, but I can hold it because it would be warming my hands.
I'm going to have a slurp because I really.
You should mention, because on the last live stream, you should mention that your back is holding.
Oh, right. You know, a couple of days ago, we didn't live stream yesterday because we had power issues, but a couple of days ago, my back was terrible. It was I could barely walk. Don't know what I'd done to it, but I pulled it. I've actually got my mate's jacket. Look, it's a Star Trek jacket. Thank you, Rick. He lent it to me. So yeah, I couldn't walk. My back, I couldn't stand properly. I couldn't even sort of step, and I thought, oh dear, this is going to be a disaster. We're going to have to get, you know, airlifted out of this site because I can't even pick my bag up. Well, I did take a little painkiller, nothing overly powerful, and rested for a while. And then I carried my bag for the whole day. And I can tell you now that actually exercising my back, this is not medical advice, by the way, but I've had back pains like this in the past where you might pull a lower sort of back muscle. Exercising it and carrying a sort of 18-kilo pack seems to have fixed it. So whether strengthening it up has been the solution, I don't know.
So Noah just said, wow, that is an accomplishment. I would love to go on a long voyage. How big is your solar panel? Super cool. You can charge the live streaming gear from it.
Well, we can, but we haven't charged anything from it in 2.5 days. It's a 28-watt solar panel that opens up to so big. and it's brilliant. If you've got sun, it's brilliant. But if you're in Scotland and you don't see, I think there's a little picture on here. It says rainy face, rain, and it has a little sad face. Sun, and it has a little smiley face. So at the moment, it's been perpetually in a sad face. We've got the tent is covered in water. We've got to get ourselves motivated. This is the amazing thing about doing a challenge walk like this, is you know, it's every day you've got to get up and walk again. There's no real options. You know, you wake up every single day, and you're back on the beat. So there's nothing else we can do here. There isn't like a sort of magic bus that'll rock up and dry us off. And I mean, everything's damp this morning. Our shoes are soaking wet still from yesterday. But somehow we've got to motivate ourselves to get up, pack the tent up wet, and walk. And we're hoping there's a little bit of warmer weather this afternoon.
Maybe.
So hit the thumbs up. There's not many people in today.
No.
It's I suppose it's not that exciting sat in the tent.
And it's probably quite early. I don't know, for some people. What day is it? You don't even know what day it is.
I don't know what day it is. Somebody pop up what day it is. Tell us.
Tell us what day it is. Give us a clue.
We have been walking. No, I think it's Thursday.
I think it's Friday.
Is it Friday?
I think it might be Friday.
Oh, if it's Friday, then tomorrow we've been walking 3 weeks. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Friday. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Danny. We worked it out eventually.
So it is a Friday. We've got phones, but we're all using them to live stream. So yeah, fish and chip Friday. Maybe if we pass a fish and chip shop, I wouldn't mind some nice warm food. There's a little bit of.
So Nura just said, I didn't know they could be that small. Talking about the solar panels. So cool. It's Friday, 4:35 a.m. in Wisconsin.
Oh.
Middle of the night then.
Middle of the night, and I think somebody said it was
7:40 p.m. in Oz.
Good morning, Oz. Good morning, family. If anyone's watching.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. So it's probably a bit of an odd time.
Yes, maybe.
But that's okay.
We won't go a massive amount of time, although I should plug that back in actually. I think I unplugged the little power.
Yes, when you
got a little bit of juice left in this power block.
Ruby Virgo Chick says, yeah, I managed to catch you live. Hi.
Good morning. I've just plugged it in, this little power bank, and there's nothing left in it.
Is it not? Is it dead?
So it's dead.
That one's dead.
So we're going to struggle today.
Yeah.
This is my little YouTube power bank.
Yeah, because the solar panel works well even in dappled sun. I mean, it works great when it's full sun. It powers things, really charges things up well. Dappled sun, it ticks it along. But when there's no sun, wow.
Another one, 2 dead ones.
Oh, 2 dead.
So yesterday we were desperately running out of power.
Hi, Sally.
Good morning, Sally. So Groovy Virgo Chick, good morning to you. I'm just checking my stream is working.
Yeah.
So not too exciting. Sat in the tent. It's rained all morning. It rained all night. Oh, we had a little visitor in the night as well.
Yes.
Michelle will tell you all about it.
Yes. Well, I don't know what it was, but we always have our rubbish. We don't have a lot of rubbish. We have a little bit in a plastic bag.
Little biodegradable bag that we bring with us, that we put any little bits of wrappings or anything that we use while we're on the go. We keep it tie it up just outside the tent
in the vestibule. And when I went to investigate this morning, we had a little visitor, maybe a rodent, mouse, something. I think mouse, like mouse droppings.
I heard it during the night. I heard something crawling around outside during the night, and I sort of banged the tent and it stopped. And then I heard it again, and I banged the tent and it stopped. And it must have come 3 or 4 times. So we had possibly some little mice, trying to get into the food, and they chewed a little hole in the bag,
There actually wasn't any
There wasn't
food in
anything
it. It
really
was all
in there.
paper, really, in
Yeah,
that one.
there might have been a little bit of something like a scrap of food in there, but nothing because we eat everything. So it got in there, but there were little mouse droppings. You knew it was a mouse. There were little mouse droppings all around
Yeah, it made a fall in
the
the
hole.
bag.
So that's the side of the tent where I keep my backpack. And having sort of lived in the country before and lived with mice in our little farmhouse many years ago, I know they do love to get into warm places and start to nest.
They can be quite
So
destructive.
I went, and they can be terrible. So I went all through my bag trying to see if the mouse was in there.
Yeah, Monkey Magic said, watch it doesn't eat a hole in the tent. I don't think we'll be here long enough. We've got to move. And Mac La Rock, good morning. What are you having for breakfast? What's for breakfast, Steve?
Well, I tell you what, I think I might have just done a silly thing and left the gas on, Michelle. But
No, wasting our gas.
we're really low on gas as well, and that wasn't the brightest thing. That's probably because I'm live streaming.
Yeah.
For breakfast today on the menu,
Oh, we've had some gourmet stuff.
we've got possibly a Mr. Kipling's. I bought the other day Mr. Kipling's, and they were on special in the what are they called?
Cherry baked rolls.
Cherry baked roll. And both Michelle and I said we don't really like cherry baked rolls, but they were lovely.
They were nice. Everything's lovely.
Everything's lovely. So for breakfast this morning, while we chat with you, I might have a Mr. Kipling's cherry baked roll.
Well, Ray Stewart said, hi folks, I've just come through Fort Augustus. The rain should be off in 30 minutes. Fantastic.
Beautiful. Who's that?
That's Ray Stewart. We might get to Fort Augustus today.
We should get to Fort Augustus. We're only about 15 kilometres from Fort Augustus, so we're hoping there's shops there, Ray. We're hoping there's places we can buy stuff.
We believe there's not a lot in Invermarston.
No, because there isn't much. So we're actually, this morning, we've got a choice of the end of, we can have some dried pasta. That requires extra water to bring it back to life. We've got the choice of a few cornflakes, which needs a lot of water, and we're not sure when we'll get our water.
So Monkey Magic said Fort Augustus is a great place. I'm sure it is, but does it have some shops?
We don't. People keep saying go up this mountain and have a look at the view. I say no, I don't want to go up the mountain to have a look at the view. I want to get
some shops.
walking. I want to get some distance. So this morning for breakfast.
Look at this.
Oh,
Don't make a mess.
make a mess in the tent.
In the tent.
2 cherry bake rolls.
Thank you.
So, just tell me the hellos that are coming through, Michelle.
Yeah, it says, Ray says, yes, you will be okay for shops and the garage is well stocked up. Cool.
Good day.
Good morning, Belle Alice, or good evening. How are you? Groovy Virgo Chick said, I was hoping someone had offered you a bed and a shower for the night. No, we never really met anyone, did we? Not met a lot of people on this walk. Belle Alice said, send us some. No, this is all mine.
This is the only thing we've got.
This is brekkie.
This is the only thing we've got, sweetheart. So yes, a Mr. Kipling's cake. We're a little bit low on supplies again, unfortunately. This is the story of our journey, really, trying to find enough supplies, trying to keep up the water supplies. You know, even if you have a coffee, that's 750 mils. Now I know 2 cups of coffee is 750 mils of water, and that's close to a litre. So that empties one of our water bottles. If we decide to have a second cup of coffee, we're out of water. We're in good spirits. Our feet are still good. My back pain healed itself. Michelle's feet were a bit sore yesterday walking again, but towards the end of the day, towards the end.
It's just the end of the day. I think they're getting stronger. They're not as sore.
We walked only about 20 kilometres yesterday, but
fist bump, Belle Alice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, we've been doing fist bumps.
So we walked about only 20 kilometres, but there was a lot of uphill.
Oh yes. Yeah, because we thought this bit was meant to, the Great Glen Road was meant to be flat, didn't we? But it was a lot of uphill. So Bella says, grab yourself a coffee when you get to the next town. You may well do.
We may well do. We may go in. If there's no shops in the next town, we're probably going to have to pop in and have a little bit of something to eat.
Yeah.
The rain's coming again.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yes. Ray, you said it was going to stop 30 minutes. I'm checking. I hope it was going the right way.
You take over the talk for a minute.
Yeah. Sam Boyd said, "Hey guys, finally catching up with you. Hi Sam. How are you?
How are you?
Hi Bibek. How are you? We're good, thank you.
They're sticky, those darts. Don't both eat together. What was I going to say? Are you actually, who is that that's saying they're in Port Augusta?
Ray Stewart.
Ray, how come you're in Fort Augusta? Maybe you could explain to me. I'd be interested to know.
So Sam says, "I'm all right, mate. How's it going?"
It's going well, Sam.
Yeah.
We should have added up our steps. I think we've probably done over 200 miles, which means it's 20% of our walk. Did you fancy another one of these this morning?
I haven't finished this one yet. I can't drink and coffee and read.
I'm going to have a second one.
You have a second one.
So that's 20%. It's amazing. It really is amazing. This walk is something much different than Michelle and I expected. It's not as beautiful as we expected to be. The pathways are not great. The roads have been horrendous, as most of you know. We've had some near-death experiences on some of the roads. Even this Great Glen Way, which everybody tells us is phenomenal, has actually really just been up hills and down hills on dirt tracks. It runs the whole length of Loch Ness, but you can occasionally you'll get the most amazing glimpse of Loch Ness, as you would have seen from the last live stream, but that's about all you get. You don't get anywhere near Loch Ness at all, which is really disappointing. I wanted to sort of dip my toes in Loch Ness. I think we might in the next town be able to get a little bit closer.
So Groovy Virgo Chick said the sound of the rain is soothing.
Yes. Maybe not so soothing when all you've heard is rain, but it is. I know what you mean. Actually, rain on a tent. So it's quite special.
Sam says, "Oh, what are you munching?"
Mr. Kipling's
Cherry Bakewell,
which neither Michelle and I like, but actually we're both loving because we like anything at the moment. So yeah, I mean, all in all, we stopped for a cup of tea and coffee in a little cafe yesterday and spoke with 2 or 3 couples who were also out hiking. They weren't doing the long walk, and they'd been up one of the hill walks here and said it was really boggy and muddy and horrible. So I think generally, I'm also a little bit, I'll probably bring this up in the main sort of video that we edit, but I'm a little disappointed with the way the Great Glen Way is actually being managed. It's not got many facilities. I mean, we're used to maybe Australian sort of hiking routes and things where they'll put up benches for people to sit and areas and tables and sort of community area. There's not been any in the last sort of 200 miles. There's never been like a nice sheltered area where you could sit as a group of travelers and just have a, brew up a coffee or do anything. There's never any sort of covered over picnic areas, and almost no picnic areas, to be honest, unless you're in the towns. They tend to be in the town centres, but almost nothing at all. So not the best hiking. But then Michelle and I are not here for the hiking, really. We're here to do the challenge of walking.
Go from there to there.
Yeah, and enjoy it at the same time as much as we can. So we don't mind that we're missing all the peaks and the this, that, and the other. We're getting a lot of benefits out of it. We're certainly feeling a lot fitter.
So it just says, go back down here. Bella Alice says, have to come back and do the hike up in Tassie's Cradle Mountain. If you want beautiful, can't beat Aussie hiking. Neuro Drift says, are you following a particular trail for the 1,000 miles, or did you pre-map one yourselves?
No, I posted last night in the rain on a Facebook group getting some advice, because we don't really know. We don't want to do any more horrible road walking like the A9. My mother will tell me off if she sees me eating and
I
talking.
can't eat this one and then talking at the same time.
So we got a nice reply. I think David. I think
Yes.
I might have got the name wrong, but one guy's given me some really good tips. We're just winging it. We're just doing it as we go, and we're meeting people and we're getting advice off of people as we go along, and we just want to get there with the least climbing possible on the least amount of main roads as possible. That's the plan.
Yeah.
And we're kind of having to, the information out there is really sketchy, so everybody does it a different route and they all do it for different reasons. Some people, you think, oh, that sounds like a good route, and you realize they've been to every single mountain top because you start to look at the topography of the land that they've walked across, and they've gone over every mountain because they wanted to visit all the peaks. And that's not what Michelle and I want to do particularly, and it ends up making a 1,000-mile walk into a 1,500-mile walk, even more. And we just haven't got the time, because we've got the time, but
We want to get
to the
down.
end before winter sets in solid, and
Yeah.
that's going to spoil it for us. For those of you that haven't seen, I'll just show you outside again.
Well, Ray Stewart said, I was camping in Gare Loch last night and I'm just having a tour about this area. That's why he was in.
There you go.
That's
Look at that beautiful little spot that we're in. It is raining, so there was a campfire. Somebody had a campfire a night or so back, and it would have been nice to have a campfire, but it hasn't stopped raining. Again, the tent above us, soaking wet. I don't know if you can see that, but
Juggling about a bit.
there's no doubt it's beautiful. Yes, we're absolutely loving the scenery. Whoops, can't find a spot now for you. Would you mind sitting still, you lot?
The
Find a
Chris
spot.
Darton says, terrible weather in Ireland, also can't get anything planted in the garden.
No, it's our luck really. Whenever we do anything, it turns out to be the worst of the the worst weather they've ever had. Or why are you not eating that?
Because I'm talking.
I'm doing the talking.
But I'm talking, then you.
Okay, I'm going to talk. I'm going to eat.
And then Chris is also asking how the solars go, and we talked about that slightly earlier in the stream. It's going very well when we get sun. So we haven't had much sun lately.
The last 3 days, Chris, nothing. Not a dicky bird of sun.
No, sorry. And Sue John said, just looked up on Google, there are some fish and chip shops, one in Canal Side and a Londis supermarket in Main Street. I think that's in Augustus, Port Augustus. Sam says, rain, you've had rain. And then Belle Alice said, would you say it's quite isolated or not really? We're quite isolated here. Are we?
It is quite isolated. I mean, it's not isolated like when we've walked in Australia. When we've been around Australia, and you can be sort of many days from absolutely anything.
Come on your nose.
It's not that isolated.
God.
But isolated. I mean, there's nothing really much around. The odd house. Sometimes you walk along and you see, same as you do in Australia. You'll see a house and you think, oh my lord, how do they live up here?
Yes.
What on earth are they doing with their lives up in these remote spots?
Monkey Magic says, order at Uber Eats, a tent in the woods. And Sean says, well, isn't this nice and cosy?
It is. Good morning, Sean.
We thought we'd have breakfast with you all.
Is that our Sean?
Yes, Sean.
Sean, we are, I think about 4 kilometres, depending on which app I look at,
Yeah, they're all different.
from Inver
Morriston.
Not like the shop Morrison, but Morriston.
Yeah.
And yes, it is lovely in so much as it's peeing it down with rain.
So Chris says, is it more of a problem with the cold or the rain in the tent?
Rain is really a problem because you've got to pack up in the rain.
Yeah,
and
you don't
it
want it
means
wet in the
everything,
morning.
you're going to get wet, everything's going to get wet, your bags are going to get wet, your clothing is going to get wet. Cold has been our least favourite thing. Some of the nights where we just haven't been able to sleep because of the bitter cold. To be honest, the walk itself is the least of our challenge at the moment. The walk we're doing fine with, we're quite enjoying. It's the cold and the wet and the misery and the sort of greyness. That's what's causing. Did I see Dave in as well?
Yes, hi.
Good day, Dave.
He says, hi guys.
So I won't recap everything, but we're in the rain trying to work out how we're going to motivate ourselves to get up this morning, how we're going to pack up this stuff, and how we're going to walk as we do every day.
So Sam said, I love camping in forest, camped quite a lot in the New Forest, but rain and it constantly dripping off the tree drives you mental. But a great smell after the rain stops.
Yes, it is beautiful. I've camped in the New Forest myself. Well, we have, Michelle and I.
So Bella Alice says, like, asking about the isolation, if you wanted to record sounds and not to be disturbed. No, you wouldn't be disturbed in that respect.
No, it's a good place if you wanted to sort of you know, rain in a forest or something like that. Very isolated. We've come down to about 50 meters above sea level, so we were 380 meters above sea level yesterday. We've come down to about 50, hoping it would be a bit warmer, which it is a little bit warmer, if you class freezing as warm. We can just hear a road off to the side of us here. There's a
So we must be getting near
so we're
civilization.
getting near to the town. We're very close to the town, but everything above us has been silent, apart from a guy who was with the Forestry Commission who drove past us in a big ute yesterday and didn't even smile or wave or say hello, and I was really annoyed because I know if I was hiking in Australia, he'd have said, "G'day mate, everything all right?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you want some water?" and we'd have just engaged with him. But this guy, and then he parked just up ahead of us, and we walked past him, and he was on his phone and looking out the window the other way, and I thought, you miserable so-and-so. Anyway.
So Bella Alice says, also looks like you've lost some weight. Have you walked off your 3 months of Turkish food? We're working on it.
We're working on it, Bella Alice. We're working on it.
Yes, and we can eat what we like.
We have definitely, this is why we're calling, if you want to check out on Instagram the sort of stories there, they're kind of cool. I think there's lots of little clips and things, you can check them out. We may be even titling this 1,000-mile detox, because for Michelle and I, it's all about mentally clearing our minds. Oh, I want to say quickly, if anybody, so let me finish, sorry. Mentally clearing our minds and physically clearing our bodies of any sort of detox and getting fit. G'day, Rick. Nanu. I'm going nanu.
No, he's completely missed up.
May the force be with you. I was just saying, Rick, I got your jacket on today. I think I'm a fleet admiral.
So Chris says the Instagram stories are good.
Yeah, so the Instagram stories are a bit of fun. What was I going to say?
You were going to say, yes.
I'll try and put this out a bit more. If anybody wants to meet us and walk a mile with us, we would love that. We really would love some company. So if anybody out there knows we're coming near them and just wants to come and walk for a mile with us, we'd love you to come along. If you've got your own social media, even better. You know, if you're an Instagrammer or another YouTuber, just come along and just walk a mile with us and have a chat and see, you know, walk a mile in our shoes, as they say. It would be great. So between now and Land's End, I really want to try and encourage people who are in the UK, obviously, just to come along and say hello and walk with us and have a chat with us, because it would be good to have some company and good to get some local knowledge. So I'll try to keep you updated to where we are every day or so. I'll put out a post or come on live like this. So just, yeah, share the love, come along. What do we call it? Walk for freedom. This is all about freedom, you know. It's about breaking away from all this nonsense and just grasping life again.
Sean says, no, it's okay, I'll just sit here in the warm and watch. That's not the spirit,
Sean. That's not the spirit. It is not. And Sean's got a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And an Instagram account. Sean, just right, that's it. Ban Sean.
Rick says he's glad this top came in useful.
I slept in it last night, Rick. It was so cold.
It was cold last night. I think it was damp as well. Sean also said just after Inver Morrison is Inver Collie camping and glamping site might be a good place to get a shower.
No, they won't let you. We tried. There's actually there's no tents, no shower. It's amazing how many places. We met a couple yesterday, and obviously they're in their car and they're having a good time. They drove up here for a hike. Actually, they said the hike was rubbish, but and we met another couple and on bikes, and they said it doesn't matter. Anyway, they stayed in a campsite and they thought it was really good. It had no shower facilities, no bathroom facilities, and they paid full price for it. And they said, "Oh, it's a lovely campsite." Yeah. I'm thinking,
but the toilets and that weren't open.
That's just a patch of ground.
We've got a lovely campsite.
We've got a lovely campsite.
We've got that here.
There is no. It's not a campground. I don't know what's wrong with the campsite owners, and I do understand because the ones that we've been to, or the one that we've been to, where they kept it open was fantastic.
Yeah.
Was lovely,
yeah.
But all of them are saying, "Oh, we can't cope with cleaning our shower facilities and the social distancing, blah 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 blah, boring." And I just think it's laziness. They're happy to rent out a patch of grass for people to put their tents and not have to provide any facilities whatsoever. So it's no good for us. We don't need a campsite that's just going to say you can camp on our patch of grass, because we can camp on any patch of grass. We need the facilities, and we will find somewhere.
So Sue John says weather not looking good for you, may get some sunshine this afternoon.
Thank you, Sue John.
Yes.
Send it our way.
And Ben Alice said not sure where it is, but some people on the hiking Facebook page said they were in Fife and would cheer you on if you were passing. Cool. I don't know where Fife is either. I know it's somewhere.
No, we're near the Firth of Fife.
Oh,
Okay. We're but yes, if anybody is out there and wants to come and walk with us, that's what I'm going to try and encourage. So even Sean.
Even Sean. Rick says the rain sounds relaxing.
Thank you, Rick.
And Mandy says, morning Steve and Michelle, rainy day in Scotland.
We have mixed. Yes, we do, rainy day. Another rainy day in Scotland. And there's a wasp in the tent as well, sort of like flying around, which upset Michelle because she got stung the day before yesterday on her finger. So yeah, I mean, where was I going with that? I just want to encourage people to come and say hello.
Hi Amy.
Good day, Amy. That's Sally Ann, Amy.
Yep. And Bill Alice said it's near Perth, but not the Aussie Perth.
Perthshire.
Yes.
Well, they know where we are if they want to come and cheer us on and give us. I'm going to take this off. It's a little bit restricting. If they want to come and cheer us on, they're welcome to. And actually, we just like to meet some people. And we're heading down towards Glasgow, so we know that our friends the Millers, we are the Millers, they might
yes.
if we shout out to them. I'm hoping, oh by the way, if anybody wants to come and walk with us and wants to wear a mask, I will be ripping it off their face. And
no masks
no mask. We're walking for, and I know that might sound a little bit belligerent, but I don't want to see any of that nonsense. It's just friendly, get together, forget about everything, pretend everything's normal, and just enjoy life.
So Chef Mooney saying, Steve, could you send me a link where you get your colourful chef jackets? I would like to brighten up our residence in this lockdown.
I'll see what I can do, man.
And Sean said, I just phoned the camping site, no facilities and no tenting pitches available.
That's what we're getting everywhere.
We know this.
That's what we're getting everywhere.
And Bella Alice says, freedom.
Yes, walk for freedom. That's what it's all about. I want to sort of like, if we can ignite even the smallest flame, which would warm us up at the moment because my feet are freezing. But if we could ignite even all the smallest flame, and look, the feet are doing well.
Yeah, feet are doing well. Oops, there's mine.
No blisters.
Might be a bit dirty.
No, I cleaned Michelle's feet for her yesterday.
He did.
When she was getting in the tent, because she brings in a lot of muck.
So Bella says we're on 16 weeks of lockdown in Melbourne. It's horrible. What can we say?
Get rid of the government, get rid of all those school children that are running our countries, get rid of every last one of them and replace them with me. I will sort it out. We've got to get back to normal, and not any special version of normal, proper normal, and just take care of the elderly and the sick, and that's all we have to do. And it's complete and utter nonsense, and I don't want to talk about it.
As Chris says, they probably get money from the government, so they don't bother to open for campers. Yep, this is probably
there's an immense amount of anyway, let's not talk too much. Freedom, walk for freedom, hashtag walk for freedom. That's what we're doing, showing people that you've got to get out and just embrace the day. You can't just stay at home.
And Alice says Steve for president.
Absolutely. I want to march on parliaments all over the world and just get the people to take them back and get all those ridiculous school children out of parliament and start all over again, because they've cocked everything up, they've messed everything up, they've been badly advised, they're just acting ridiculous. I've had enough. Yep. I've had enough.
Come on, walk with us. Walk a mile with us.
Come walk with a mile with us. We'll have a chat about it.
I was going to say, we don't talk about that.
We can talk about it all you like, but as long as I can hear you and you're not anybody that's talking to me like that is going to get thrown off the route.
So Sean said you would think a shower would be the cleanest place because it's clean itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's laziness, Sean.
Yeah, we stopped that one place we did stop at was
lovely couple.
Yep.
Lovely couple. They were an English couple from who had a place called Inver Caravan Site. Actually, I think she might have been Scottish, he might have been English.
No, I think she was not.
She was English, yes.
Yeah, she was English.
So Inver Campsite, big up to them. Wonderful facilities, piping hot showers, lovely clean rooms. Yesterday we stopped at a tea place, and the lady there, she said, "Oh, do you want to come in and sit, or would you like to sit out in the rain?" And I thought, well, I'd like to sit inside, to be honest. I mean, you know, I'm 50-50 on it. I wouldn't mind sitting out on a wet wooden bench in the rain, but we'll sit inside. And then another couple rocked up, and they were all she was hesitant then, should we invite them in? She said, "Oh, if you don't mind coming in, this couple aren't bothered about the COVID, if you don't mind coming in." So that couple came in and they sat on the table next to us, and we're talking very close, no real social distancing. Then a third couple came along, an older couple, well, older, our age, maybe a little bit older, and
get it?
She said, "Oh, I don't know if you want to come in or not, or sit out in the rain." And they sat on our table with us. We were all sat around in like a little group, no mask, chatting away, having a great time, talking about, you know, our hikes and walks and things. It was as normal as you could possibly be, and everybody was of the same opinion. Everybody there was of the same opinion. I think most of us are of the same opinion. So
Jennifer said, "Good catch." She caught that.
Yeah, I think it was a mosquito. I've been bitten a little bit.
She said, "Well said, Steve. I've managed to get here when your live thumbs up, everyone." Yes, hit the thumbs up. I don't know how many we've got. Jennifer Millard said that.
Jennifer. See, she's not doing her administration properly, Jennifer. I'm going to have to throw her out the tent.
And Mandy says, "Steve, are you walking today or having a rest day?" We can't have a rest day. Mandy, we've got no food apart from Mr. Kipling's cherry bakewell tarts.
And you all notice that even though I've been talking all the time, she's still not eating her cherry bakewell tart. But we will be walking. Okay, if you want to know our routine now,
Can I just say this? This is very cheeky, groovy Virgo chick. I hate to break it to you, but you might be elderly. I turned 60 on the 6th of September this year and can now get a senior's card. We're not there yet.
No, we're not anywhere near
We're not anywhere near it.
No, but yeah, I suppose our routine right now will be to get up, put our ponchos on, and then try to dry the outside of the tent between the rain. Then we've got to pack it into our bags and somehow waterproof everything, get all our damp wet clothes on, and just start walking. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. That will. Well, I'm down to 5%. Then how much you've got?
All right, so we better get off. We're running out of juice. Thank you again, Bella Alice, for the super chat. Thank you for those of you that have sent us money through the PayPal link below. It really helps support us on the walk. And thank you for any of you that are following us on our Patreon as well. It's good. We'd like all of you to come across, join us on Patreon, and support us. If you like, you can support us through PayPal as well. I won't go through the names because there's no nobody new that I've seen this morning. So,
So Rick saying, take care guys. Danny's saying, stay safe. Jennifer says, take care. Mandy says, stay safe.
Thank you, Rick.
Sean says, phone the sun and tell them you've seen the monster and people with eating vans will soon rock up and then you can eat.
Yeah.
But we'll be well past the Loch Ness by then.
If only it went that quickly.
Chris says, bye. Sam says, take care.
We thought the next town had shops, but I think it hasn't got a lot in the Morrison.
No, I think it's got a cafe, so maybe we can.
Yes.
We'll pop in there and we'll get to Fort Augustus.
Fort Augustus today. That's the plan, we're hoping to meet up with a lovely couple in the next few days that we met once on their bikes. If we can, Chris and Pete. All right. Loved you all. We will live stream again soon, maybe from somewhere a little bit brighter, a little bit more chirpy.
We've got to get going because it's getting a bit late.
Like Jamaica or Portugal.
Somewhere sunny.
Somewhere sunny. All right, love you all. Take care, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.